Okay, I believe I am live. Seems kind of dark, doesn't it? Good morning, my howlers. There we go. I'm gonna need more coffee here before too long. I should talk about a thing. That is the thing I should do. My bun is falling out. I should probably redo it. Good morning, Courtney. Wanna hang out and drink coffee and stuff? What are you doing up this early? What is up with that? You do have a 6-year-old. Never mind. Look at this like awesome mug that Tosh got me for my birthday. Isn't it awesome? I rather love it. Oh, you're in West Virginia. So technically, you're up late. Hello, Sage. How is it? Ah, the roosters. I'm making lunch, so I'm here, but not here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I am planning to film like 3 videos today during my live stream and edit them and either cue them or outright post them just so I'm caught up. Been up a while. I have pictures to send you. Oh, that'd be great. I'm super excited for all the things. Oh, all the videos that I'm posting. So one, I'm doing a video on domains and making your own private Idaho. I'll probably write up a meditation to like help you create a domain. And then I have like how to write a 6,000 word pulp fiction story basically. They're books, but they're only like 6,000 words. They're super fast. And then I think, oh, it's open here. And then I talk about my writer dreams, my like publishing dreams, which will be a short video because I've talked about it before, and it's pretty quick stuff. I might go ahead and do the next week's too if I can. Oh, look at all the little baby sheeps. Little beep sheeps. Little beep sheeps. Yay, all the things. It is good times. Oh, little Kalia. Is that Pat in the green? Yeah, unfairly cute, yeah. Beep beeps. So in case you were unaware, Beep Sheep is totally Sage's, like, part of Sage's brand. So I'm gonna help Sage a little bit with their brand. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be so busy today. And maybe RPing on top of all of that. Doing all the vampire things with my mage, which is super fun. I read some of it during my stream yesterday, and it was really good to like get my talkie chops going. God, she's so big, I swear. She's so big. Alright. I'm gonna be... This is supposed to be a witchy stream, right? So, let's see what I got. Oh no, Keelan is doing her 10,000 word thing. Maybe I should... I did see her last week, however, in that photo she looks like a giant. Private Idaho today. Yes. Private... Well, I talked about domains a little bit yesterday. I need to write up a thing that actually like fleshes it out, I think. What? Okay. Also, that's to show how itty-bitty the lamps are. Yeah, no kidding. Doesn't seem appropriate to talk about winter in the dead of summer. So breathing and feeling. So breathing and feeling? How to make a magical life in the city. I don't know. Usually this lady has good things to say, but... Breathing and feeling and meditation are the easiest way for me to travel, yeah. Well, domains, you're not so much traveling, but it depends on where your domain is, really. Like, mine is local, right? So it's super in my head, but I can go from my domain to other places. I kind of use it like a, not like a landing pad, but kind of a gateway. Like all my gates are there, right? So I need more coffee. You're gonna come with me. Oh my gosh. Ugh. To set a domain, you need to register when you can travel. I think you mean you need to be in Gnosis. It helps to be in gnosis when you're doing a lot of work like that. Welcome back, Sage. What is up with my lighting? My lighting is no bueno. And you have chicken bites. I hope you mean you are not being bitten by chickens, but you have bite-sized pieces of chicken. Wee wee. So when I say domain, I actually mean domain, demesne domain. Also, when I went live last night to do the pub quiz announcement video, StreamYard still had me as Auburn Knox. Which is fun. You have to pay attention when you're going into your broadcast. I had to like revert mine back for BC's stream yesterday. I was like, yay D&D, but also boo, this isn't D&D. Your group was super great. I'm just saying. Super great. Cutie shark. All right. More RP things. My mage is seducing a Nagaraja in hopes of being bloodbound. The bug has bitten. The bug? Oh, the D&D bug. I see. The D&D bug. Last of this cream. Yeah, so. Yep, I will do. I gotta figure out, like, what all goes into making a domain, because I did it so. Yeah. Yeah, my YouTube allows you to put your logo there, and if you click on the thing, it'll take you to my channel. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yeah. Or the RP bug, or the tabletop bug, whatever you want to call it. Cool. I would love to say join my werewolf game, but I think the timing puts you at like 4 o'clock in the morning or some shit, and I'm not going to do that to you. Oh my gosh, this is way too much coffee. And I'm a terrible waitress. Oh my gosh. Pour some of that out so that I can carry this without slopping it all over the place. Yeah. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, so I think that puts you at like 3 or 4 in the morning, doesn't it? Back in the blanket fort. I can talk about my flying ointment and the things that I did in my domain the other day. There is too much coffee when I cannot carry the cup. And now I have coffee on my computer. I think 8 p.m. Eastern is 2 a.m. Our one shot was 8 p.m. Eastern. It was, and I would not make you do that like once a week. That's really messed up. super messed up. That reminds me, I have just had a Serbian join my bi-weekly Saturday game. Cool! I love getting people from all over the world in my games because, like, it just adds a perspective that I don't have, and, which means their playing style is just a little bit different. Oh, it was rough. I had to go into town afterwards and do banking inches. That was rough. Yeah, and I don't want to put you through that, man. But I might. There has been quite a bit of demand for a D&D campaign on YouTube. So I might actually do that. We'll see. D&D is not my favorite thing to run. I'm just gonna say that. I'm glad that you guys had fun. I think I could still make it fun even for me, maybe. Maybe. Oh my god, while I was running my Sunday game, it was the most international game ever. Yeah, no kidding. Currently, the mage game I'm in, more than half the players are on the other side of the planet. Though one of them is moving from Hawaii to Northern Virginia, to Falls Church. What would you prefer to run? I would prefer to run World of Darkness. Just because I know the universe so well. So vampires, mages, werewolves, changelings, ghosts. I think that does it. Demons. What else? Is that it? I think that's it. I'd be down for WOD. 2 Finns, a German, an Iranian, an Aussie, a Brit, and a Canadian. Finns are fun. Very creative sort. Oh, I plugged. Let me replug. I almost forgot to replug. The Cathayans, yo. Oh yeah, the Kindred of the East. Kindred are a great flavor, but to make a whole campaign out of Kindred of the East is like kind of messed up. I'm slightly more familiar with WOD than D&D. I realize it's not totally equivalent, but Bloodlines, oh okay, is my favorite computer game. Well, at least you have the introduction to Bloodlines. That does help. Because that is quintessential World of Darkness, absolutely. D&D. Jeez Louise. I haven't run D&D since I was like in 5th grade. The American and the nationally confused guy. Yeah. I think I like Mage so much because, like, I can use all of my magic knowledge and, like, apply it in game with different paradigms, like, with different characters. It's really fun way to implement knowledge that I have about something in the real world, question mark, and something in game. So it looks like I'm going to turn my mage into a vampire. There are 4 bottle babies. 4 of them. 4 of them. Actually, I have a copy of the WoD rule book. Okay, so the World of Darkness rule book is actually New World of Darkness, which is different. There was a lot of changes that they made to the universe and to the system. So, yeah, basically 4th edition, which they totally rebooted everything. And it was, some games were more successful than others. Vampire was very underwhelming. Changeling was good. Werewolf was good. That pretty much sums it up. Mage was not great. Mage was really linear, which kind of defeats the idea. Like, it's supposed to be open. It's not supposed to be linear. But at least the WoD book can kind of set you into the universe a little bit. The system will be different, because I run 20th anniversary. At least for the time being, I might jump to 5th edition, which is yet another reboot, but it's done way better. I've always been interested in this stuff, but never really had the exposure or opportunity. Now you do. Now you do. My ex was a GM or DM, but we were LDR? I don't know what LDR is. And he only ran games in person, so I never got to play. Yeah, I gotcha. Ships passing in the night. Long distance relationship. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. Especially if you never do things online. That kind of blows. So you only get like the stories from the GM, which is pretty messed up. Oh my gosh. I don't know which windows to click on. So yeah. Super excited about Rage Over Moscow. I am too. I've got a bunch of really great ideas kind of in my back pocket. So I'm going to write them up into chapters. I'm not going to make like a million threads like I did for the vampire game. I'm going to do it in chapters, and each chapter is going to have just so that you guys aren't swarmed with a to-do list. Saying I have no data. Are you guys having trouble seeing me? On to witchy things. On to witchy things. As some of you may know, I live in Austin, Texas. I don't, but this woman who I'm reading does. While it's not the biggest city, it is absolutely packed to the brim with people and takes its growth at a sprint. Being in such a busy, populated area can be a challenge for a witch. The traditional methods of doing rituals outdoors go right out the window unless you're into 4 a.m. parking garage rituals, which, no thank you. And your ability to do witchcraft outside the home plummets because there are people everywhere. I'm fortunate enough to live in a city that affords me a lot of green space to explore. Oh, pub quiz is the 25th. I did see. I have it set as a reminder, but I am also putting it in my Bujo so I remember. Pretty sure I have the month mapped out. I think I do. What about that? To explore, if not much privacy while I do so. This isn't the case for many major cities, though. What's a witch to do when stuck in an urban environment? Urban witchcraft, of course. So, what is urban witchcraft? Urban witchcraft, like most branches of witchcraft, isn't a formally organized religion or spiritual practice. Instead, it's an amalgamation of all the practices used by witches who base their practice in an urban environment. It has some overlap with tech magic and can often involve a deep relationship with genius loci, which is the spirit of a place. This practice of city witchcraft is a uniquely modern form of magic. Prior to the modern age, witches, which would either avoid cities or, if in a larger city, relegated their practices to divination, puppet work, and other such practices that were not dependent on location. With the advent of technology and the stark change in modern social norms, urban witchcraft has become a huge portion of the craft. More than 60% of people in the US live in a city, which means that more of us than ever are practicing witchcraft in an urban environment. It's time that teachings on witchcraft catch up as well. So aren't cities the exact opposite of what witchcraft is about? No, I'll talk about why. This often comes from a series of assumptions that don't really hold up under scrutiny. The first is that witchcraft equals nature. Many people feel that witches are nature worshippers, and while I'm certain there are plenty of nature worshippers among our ranks, it's not an inherent part of the craft as a whole. Witchcraft is the practice of magic, which often using folk methods, but the term is also used to describe some methods of occult or ritualized magic as well. Nothing more and nothing less. The second assumption is that we have to deal... The second assumption we have to deal with here is that urban environments and truthfully modern human society as a whole is somehow the opposite of nature. That's not true. Humans are a part of nature inextricably. We are, at our core, animals. We may be exceedingly smart and creative animals, and we may have built amazingly complex cities and social systems, but we are still just animals. I think my computer is about to fall asleep. Okay. We don't have to do anything to get back to nature because we are nature. Everything we build is still part of nature. Would you look at a beaver dam and condemn it because the beaver built it? No, that would be absurd. Humans have wonderful qualities, but we have our flaws as well. One of our bigger flaws is the tendency to see ourselves as separate. Separate from each other, separate from nature, separate from other nations or peoples. The feeling of separateness is a lie. We are all together on this planet, and we are all deeply ingrained part of nature. Practicing witchcraft in an urban environment is an entirely natural way to practice. And I think this is true now more than ever, in that most of our groups that normally practice in person are now practicing on the internet, which means more people are coming forward and being like, I'm interested in witchcraft. I know I've been interested in it for like 20 years, and I finally need someone to hold my hand and give me some tips, which of course I'm happy to help. If you're still not convinced, think about it like this. The energy that we harness as witches isn't the power of some trees, or the power of an environment, or even the power of the earth. We can incorporate those energies into our magic, but when you boil it down, the ability to do that is innate. It's not something outside of ourselves, it's us. This magical ability is its innate part of being a human, and it doesn't matter what environment we're in, what tools we're using, or what people we're around. We are magic. So how do you practice urban witchcraft? Okay, so now we're getting into the fun stuff. How can witches actually incorporate an urban setting into their craft? City life is so busy and crowded, but an urban environment has a lot to offer to the crafty witch. Let me just say right off the bat, dollar stores are your friend. I almost exclusively go to dollar stores to pick up witchy ingredients, candles, incense, miscellaneous goblets, tools, salt, lots of salt, sea salt, mostly. All right, anyway, let's get to it. Work with what you find in your environment. We don't often think about picking things up in an urban environment, but cities can be a treasure trove to the well-trained eye. Keep an eye out for weeds that you know you can use in your craft. Flowers to press for spells, feathers from local birds, pretty packages or jars that you may be able to repurpose. All kinds of things get abandoned in cities as well, and if something isn't just lying around, many places will willingly give you all kinds of stuff for free or almost free. Think wooden wine boxes, thrift sales at your local library, project leftovers, dollar stores, etc. Number 2, learn to amend your craft for a smaller space. This can be absolutely vital for the city witch. Often living in an urban area means living in a teeny tiny space. You know that what this witch doesn't have room for? A cauldron, a besom, a large altar, a huge collection of ritual items. Instead, I have to make do with the space and the tools that I have. Use vertical space or already existing space that would otherwise be unusable. Create altars on shelves or maybe just as wall hangings. Make the most out of windowsills, closet shelves, and if you're really lucky, your balcony. Number 3, wow. Turn your everyday items into magical items. I cannot stress this enough. My rings, my cups, my lotions, my shampoo and conditioner, my body wash, basically everything that I'm like 2 seconds from doing this thing. My hair sticks, but hello Raven. It's awesome to see you. I'm talking about using the city environment in your witchcraft, because most of us live in cities. Let's see. This is one of my favorite ways to use magic in the city. Learn spells that will help you with the uncomfortable parts of city life. Use wards to create more space around you in crowded places. Charm your car to help you avoid traffic. I have a charm inside my car that helps me not get hit. Especially after I made that after my accident in a year ago, March. Enchant your wristwatch so you are never late for the bus or train. Cast glamours on yourself to avoid being noticed by solicitors, and use protective magic to help you keep safe from pickpockets or muggers. And, maybe carry some mace as well. Number 5. Pull a Harry Dresden, the TV version rather than the novels. Take the mundane, make it magical. Absolutely. I have so many talismans. I have like 4 necklaces that I have imbued. I imbue all of my rings. Makes that easy. I do it to my coffee in the morning. I do it to my drinks at night. I do it with the way I dress. All of that. All right, so use the energies that are most powerfully present in your city. Think about your city. What energies can you identify that are always present? Electrical grids, subways. Maybe your city has a bustling nightlife or an industrial sector. Do men in smart business suits march to and fro all day? What is your city known for? Each of these things can carry their own energy and be transformed into magic with a little practice. Hello, Hippert family. I love you all. I miss your faces. Oh my God, it's only 8:30. All right, so number 6, working with genius loci. Working with genius loci is one of my absolute favorite ways to use my craft in big cities. In rural environments, genius loci are the spirits of the land. Perhaps the spirit of a particular mountain, a lake, or the spirit of a local landmark. Cities also have genius loci. So I'm a mage dork. I often look in cities and I find little oddities that I'm like, that's a node. That's a node. That's a cairn. Like, it became a game. And when I got back into my witchy practice, it's more prevalent than ever, where you can kind of like feel the energies coming off of these places. Homosassa is like chock full of that shit. Like, there's this like dinosaur themed gas station that went out of business decades ago, but the dinosaur is still there, from an era that no longer exists, but there is a power that comes from it. The Wikiwachi mermaids. Wikiwachi is definitely a node. The Manatee Park, also a node. Anyway, where did I leave off? Cities have genius loci as well. They can be quite different from the genius loci of less urban environments, but that does not mean that they won't still have plenty to teach you and offer you. Try tapping into that innate spirit in your city. Can you feel your city's personality? The thrum of life that transcends the individual parts and make up the whole? This is the genius loci of your city. Depending on where you live, this spirit can vary hugely. Hugely? Is that a word? Every city is different. The spirit can help you find sources of energy, teach you about the place you live, and give you a lot of insight into the kind of magic available to you. You can speak with them, leave them offerings, and make petitions of them just as you would any other spirit. Oh my gosh, I have 8 notifications. How does that happen? Yay, vampire things. Sorry, I got distracted. All right, create your own green space. Green space can be hard to come by in a city, so if you're the kind of witch who desperately needs a little more green space, it's time to figure out how to create it yourself. Me. If you have a balcony, you can go crazy with container gardens. On this woman's balcony, she grows tomatoes, kale, a whole bunch of herbs, hibiscus, marigolds, and a collection of carnivorous plants. Okay, so the carnivorous ones are technically her roommates, but still. If you're short on cash, don't worry about buying pots. Plants will grow on just about anything. Reuse plastic containers, 5-gallon buckets, wooden boxes, pallets, canvas bags, jars, anything that you can lay your hands on that will hold dirt and not dry out too fast. Hell, she's even used yogurt containers to grow plants in. Aw, lamb staring at you. If you don't have a balcony, look into window boxes. See what you can grow indoors and set up hanging planters in your living room. If your house doesn't get much natural light, consider opting for low light plants or investing in a small low light. I am considering getting a UV light for the purpose of growing things in my house because sunlight does not come into my house. Not without blocking a door. All right, instead of seeking quiet, learn to tune into the hum. The hum can be a hard thing to describe to someone who has never experienced it. In part, it's the cumulative sounds of a living space. The cars, the conversations, the birds dripping water. All of it comes together into a symphony of life that conveys a great deal of auditory information. Underneath this, however, there's more. One what? Inexpensive one. One what? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Underneath this, however, there's more. There's the sound of life, the spiritual noise of people existing, and animals and plants, and the genius loci of the city itself. When you can tune into this thrum of life and noise and spiritual energy, you experience the true nature of the place in that single moment. This is a powerful experience in many ways. For one, it can help those who feel out of place or out of alignment in an urban environment connect and find a sense of home in their surroundings. It can teach you many great things about the magic of the place you live in, and it can also be used as magic. The hum isn't just a bunch of noise, it's raw energy, and you can harness this energy, this energetic cacophony, to power your spells and rituals. Learn to tap into the magic of mechanical and electrical items. So, like currently the TV is on, but nothing is coming through the TV, but it puts out a frequency that I find very comforting. It's not as prevalent as it is in old electronics. I used to have a monitor that was ancient, even for its time. It died in like the early aughts. But when it was just on and the computer itself was off, the monitor itself would put out this frequency that I used to sleep to. Like it was just the right frequency for me, and it helped me relearn how to sleep. And since that died, like finally gave up the ghost, wouldn't turn on anymore, I've actually had a hard time finding a replacement. A replacement like frequency. There are lots of things on YouTube that are like, you know, binaural frequencies that that tap into each of your chakras and all of that jazz. Thank you, Courtney. The UV light. Gotcha. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Alright, so we touched on the fact that natural items and man-made items are not necessarily distinct earlier in this post, and for this particular point, I want to revisit that. Tech magic is something that many traditionalists in witchcraft communities scoff at, but technology is an irrevocable, part of human existence in this day and age. Regardless of whether you believe it is inherently magical or not, with the extent to which we interface through it, it's impossible that it has managed to remain inert and without magic. Sage might. Also, LMB is still open. You might find an old monitor. I don't need the extra junk. I'm sorry. I might disappear, big windstorms, and the power keeps dipping. I got you, Sage. These items are brimming with human thought, emotion, drive, and will, not to mention electricity and often sentient spirits all their own. You can absolutely incorporate them into your craft. A few ideas to get you started on this. Get to know the spirit of your car, bike, and other transportation. I don't know about you, but I name my cars. I haven't named the car that I have right now because we haven't spent a lot of time together. I will eventually name them. I don't think it has a gender. But all of my cars before that, especially my old Plymouth Neon, had a really powerful spirit, had a very, almost a personification, had a name, always named the cars, exactly. As soon as you name something, it gains a personality. Yep, truck is named Cadence. Where did I leave off? These items are brimming with human thought, emotion, drive, and will. Not to mention electricity and often sentient spirits all their own. Yes, okay, got it. A few ideas to get you started. Yeah, get to know the spirit of your car, bike, and other transportation. It's not a real example, but Diane Duane's Young Wizards series of books touches on the reality of and differences between mechanical spirits and green spirits in an interesting way. My car is named Cecily. She's a little runaround that thinks she's for a rally car. Mitski sure had personality. This relationship can be invaluable when you need to coax your battery into turning over just once to get your car off the side of the road. Use your phone to cast spells. In Basic Witches, which is a book about modern witchcraft for the beginner, they actually have a whole section about using emojis to create spells, like making sigils out of emoji strings. It's very interesting. Create electronic sigils. I have a fellow witch that uses this app that uses this app that basically translates whatever you plug in to Gallifreyan, which looks like a sigil. It looks amazing. There's also a site that does those things. I never remember the name of the site, but it will make a sigil based on what you plug in. There are lots of websites that can help you out with that. And keep notes about magical happenings and doings. This is very much so like Chaos Witchy. The recording and the recordings of your findings, being scientific about your practice, which is, let's see, Mitsuki had a great spirit, the little Mitsubishi, yeah, trader and precarious dancing princess, yeah. Let's see. Your grimoire can even be digital. I'm reading from it right now. I have a digital version of my grimoire on Evernote, which allows me to access my personal magical resources from every device I own. Currently, I have a fancy schmancy grimoire that I am making in Procreate. I also have my Pinterest board grimoire, which is enormous. Half of it, more than half of it, I have written down in a book, but it is also extremely useful in other ways as well. Urban environments may seem like an unusual setting for witchcraft, but more and more of us find ourselves in large cities. It's time to learn how to make our homes work for us. I wouldn't reuse a name, no. It's kind of messed up. It is dangerous, but it's really good at helping you narrow down your paradigm. You kind of figure out what smells like bullshit and what might actually work for you. Let's see here. It's almost 9 o'clock. "39 ways to add magic to your daily life." Akira. Mine is named Actually, I think my hard drive isn't named anything. My tablet is named Rockbiter. My coriander was traded in to buy new things. Yes, but if you're looking, it's easy to lose days to Pinterest. However, if you look specifically for witchcraft things, then you will eventually find what you were looking for. Also had to stop using Pinterest in 2013 when I was planning my wedding. Oh. Yeah, I used Pinterest to plan my wedding as well, but it is very easy to get swept up in trends, so be careful. My last few computers have been Nidhogg, Mjolnir, and Freya. Cool stuff. Alright, so ways that you can kind of be witchy. Funny thing is, I didn't even want a wedding, I wanted to elope. Mr. Sage wanted the big to-do. Same. All right. Let's see here. Kindle needs a name. Does it though? I am so confused as to why my stuff is flickering. We had a wedding because he wanted it. Yep. Which is really funny considering, like, the things that he had to do in order to get married. The things that we made him do. Alright, so number 1, it says, you only use it as a book reader. Well, then think of librarians or book owners. Yeah. My naming convention for Apple products, most specifically, revolve around the Never-Ending Story. In case you couldn't tell. My phone is Gamork. My PC was Bastion because he started out with good intentions, but he just turned out to be an asshole. Of course he did. You wouldn't have written that thing. Oh my gosh. Got stuff in my eyelashes. Men are ritualistic, which is really funny. They are creatures of habit, and creatures of habit need order. And if it's, most men would not agree to just going to the JP and signing some papers. Some are the exception, of course. But in my experience, I mean, I have a neat freak, OCD level clean husband that is a creature of habit. He has his rituals that he abides to very strictly, and he puts up with a lot of shit. I'm just gonna say that, because I am not that person. Alright, so magical life is a beautiful life. Do you remember being a kid and believing in fairies? Do you still believe in fairies? Shit. Remember when, with just your imagination, you can make the world whatever you wanted it to be? Remember the sense of wonder with which you explored the world around you? All of us can enjoy the beauty of a magical life, even effortlessly so. Living a more magical life isn't just for witches, and it's not just about casting spells. Living a more magical life isn't just for witches or, yeah, I just read the same thing. Rather, it is about appreciating the beauty of being alive with a childlike sense of wonder. Embracing the natural ebb and flow of the seasons and the planets, and harmonious connection with the earth, nature, and its abundant gifts. And I just talked about, if you are not sure, humans are nature. You can tap into the hum, the energies of the city, of the town, of the village, wherever you live. So here we go. We can watch a sunrise or a sunset. Notice every color. Feel the change in temperature on your skin. Listen to the calls of the birds, the sounds of nature. We have bats at dusk. It's wonderful. Our bats are so cute. It's in both dawn and twilight, there is sacred magic, the rebirth of the world or its gentle retreat into shadow. Stare up at the sky at night. The soaring constellations of the galaxies paint the infinite ceiling of my cathedral. I love the night sky. Here is true magic, to stare up at the stars and contemplate the boundless nature of the universe and of our place in it. To bathe in the light of the moon, or to stand shrouded in the darkness with only the light of the stars to guide you. And then there is the connection to our ancestors. Since humans first came to be, we have stared in wonder and contemplation and fascination up at the night sky and felt an inextricable connection to it, a coming home. Number 3, start a gratitude journal. A truly magical life begins when you realize what a miracle it is that you're even experiencing this moment in time. The fact that our very human race exists is almost statistically impossible, and yet here we are. Everything on top of that isn't just a miracle, it's magical too. The most beautiful part about gratitude is this: what you bless multiplies. Keeping a daily gratitude journal doesn't just benefit you as you write it. Anytime you need reminding about life's beauty, you have a book full of blessings to look back through. Number 4, create a thing of beauty. The act of creating something, painting, drawing, crafting, sculpting, connects us with a divine creation energy. That same creation energy is what creates our reality. I have this shrine thing behind me. Within that shrine, I have a statue of Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of creativity and music and beauty and all of those things. You can also go into Benzaiten. She is another creative sort. You can go into Bastet, who is another creative sort. There are lots of gods that you can tap into for a little extra oomph. Norm is insisting I go enjoy the day and see the farm stuff. I'll catch you later. Bye, Courtney. Enjoy your day. Oh, just want to rip all my hair out. Ripping all my hair out. Let's see, where was I? All right, number 5. Keeping lucky charms. Dream catchers to ensure your dreams are sweet. A special mug to drink out of every day. Trinkets from friends and family, especially from children, are imbued with blessing of their love. Keep them close for luck. Come back. Number 6. Come back to your breath. The simple act of connecting with your breath is one of the most basic yet powerful forms of magic. Our breath is the very essence and force of our lives. It unites us all. There are breathing techniques that aid every purpose, from energizing breath of fire to Nadi Shoran or alternate nostril breathing. To relieve anxiety and stress, the exercise of connecting with your breath can be spiritual practice itself. Yoga with Adriene actually has some tutorials on different kinds of yoga breathing, which are extremely helpful. Alternate nostril breathing, yoga, like diaphragm breathing, all of that stuff. Number 7, treat yourself like the deity you are. Nourish your body with mostly clean food and indulge in whatever you occasionally guilt-free, which you want occasionally guilt-free. Wear clothing that makes you feel good. Wear your hair how you want it and develop your own personal style that is unique and true to you. Indulge in self-care as often as you can. Choose yummy smelling body washes and body butters and your favorite scent. Slather yourself with them after a shower, giving yourself an indulgent massage at the same time. Wear perfume that makes you feel sexy, or cologne, or whatever scent. Buy yourself flowers. Take naps whenever you can. Treat yourself with loving kindness when you've had a bad day. Write yourself love letters. That's kind of weird, but okay. Give yourself a mani-pedi. Drink plenty of water. Take yourself on dates. Walk barefoot on the grass. Buy shoes. Honor yourself as the divine being you are. Number 8, burn Nag Champa incense. An intoxicating blend of florals and sandalwood, Nag Champa has deeply calming, grounding, and at the same time an uplifting scent. It is used to expand spiritual awareness and cleanse the area in a space. This makes it especially useful when you need to clean the air if you've had bad juju around after a stressful day at work, or even as a nice finishing touch when you've cleaned your house. Light some candles. The shift in energy you can create in a room simply by lighting a candle can be massive. Lighting candles in a space can instantly create an ambient, romantic, calming, or energizing mood. You can amplify this even more by using aromatherapy candles. Lighting a sandalwood, lavender, or rose candle in the bedroom can create a romantic mood and aid restful sleep. Just make sure you don't fall asleep with it burning. Whilst lighting a citrus or peppermint candle first thing in the morning or in your office can pep up your energy level for the day. Wear black or purple. Black because it draws in and concentrates energy and light. This makes it a powerful color for psychic awareness, magic work, or extra power. On a bonus note, it's also a magic color purely for its practicality in a wardrobe. It doesn't stain, it never goes out of style, it suits everybody, it goes with everything, and we all agree the most magic thing in a woman's closet is the little black dress. Similarly, purple is the color for psychic intuition and awareness and has always had connotations with spirituality, mystery, magic, and royalty. Wear a crystal or stone around your neck. Have a small collection depending on the energy you most need to carry with you. For example, carry rose quartz for love and harmony, tiger's eye for protection, or amethyst for heightened psychic awareness. Learn gems. I gotta second that. Learn gems. Number 12, be open to the possibility of miracles. This goes along with the gratitude journal, but also being open to what the universe has to offer. Start with affirmations. I am willing to open my eyes to miracles. Remember that you, the existence of you in your form, in yourself, are a miracle. Practice surrender. Be a miracle to others. It is that is another topic. for another time. I could go on for hours about being the sunshine in someone else's life. However, I won't go into that. Play with children and connect with your inner child. We are born believing in magic. It is inherent in our nature, and only through society's conditioning do we lose it over time. Children are the most incredible teachers of magic. When her 3-year-old niece pretends to be Moana, she imagines that rolling green hills of my paddocks are the blue rolling swells of the ocean. I think in the game I might be Hey Hey the rooster. Her imagination is contagious. It inspires me to connect to my own, to relate to her, and in doing so, I am suddenly reminded of the infinite possibilities in the universe. Draw, color, build forts, play pirates, and rediscover the magic you were born with. 14. Make an altar in your home and decorate according to the seasons. Create a table in your home with items that are sacred to you. Perhaps you could have a statue of the Mother Mary or of Buddha. Don't get me. Candles, crystals, or beautiful items you have found in nature. Decorate it seasonally. Use pine cones and sprigs of holly and red, white, and green colors for winter. Crunchy gold leaves and pumpkins for autumn and fall. The first flowers and candied eggshells and bunny statues for spring, and lots of yellows and golds and pinwheels for summer. Bring nature indoors. Whether you have a kitchen windowsill, herb garden, a potted plant by your front door, fresh flowers on your coffee table, or creek rocks decorating your altar, bringing nature inside the home instantly lifts the vibration of the space and infuses it with life and energy. Plus, it always catches the eye. It looks like I'm losing people. I have the Argonath. I don't change one. Yeah. I decorate with strings, garlands of greenery. So I have a winter one, I have a fall one, and I have a spring one. I usually use the spring one into summer. I need a summer one. I just haven't found one that I like. I need to use the restroom. We are over an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I could go on and on and on. Oh my gosh. Thank you for joining me for my coffee and listening to me talk about using the city environment in your magic, and also introducing basic things into your life that might help you get into the headspace and help you live a more magical life. I will see you guys at 10:30.